So check this. You walk into a room with a bunch of people that you don't even know. Maybe it's a business event, maybe it's a pitch meeting, or maybe it's just a new group of friends. And within the first 30 seconds, everybody in the room has made up their mind about you before you've even said anything at all. But what if I told you that there's a scientifically proven way to instantly set yourself apart, spark genuine connections, and even give you a secret edge in every single conversation for the rest of your life? So most people get this completely wrong. And today I'm going to show you why that is and how you can use what I call the 30-second rule to win people over every single time. So let's be real. Likability is one of the most undervalued superpowers in business and in life. And Mark Cuban, yeah, the billionaire shark, that guy, he says that being nice is one of the most underrated business skills that you can have. But by the way, research proves that likable people aren't just more popular, they get promoted faster, they close more deals, they lead better, they have deeper, more loyal networks, and they just got it all together. But if you're like most people, making a great first impression probably feels like you're just rolling the dice, right? You worry about what to say, you worry about how you look, you worry about whether you seem impressive enough to really fit in with everybody else. I get it. That's the reality. But most people default to talking about themselves. Why? Because the nerves kick in. Or maybe you want to seem accomplished, especially if the person across from you seems higher status or more important. But here's the twist. The instinct is exactly what keeps you completely forgettable. So leadership expert John Maxwell actually flips the script with the 30-second rule. Instead of thinking, how can I look good? He asks, how can I make the other person feel good in the first 30 seconds? That's it. The first half minute, your goal is to make them feel real, meaningful, compliment them, or feel encouraged. That's the goal. But let's be clear, not a generic compliment. You don't want to say things like, hey, nice shoes, or nice shirt, good looking shirt today. Those are flat. Could be offensive, seems like you're talking ish, or that you're just trying too hard. So what do you do instead? What you do is you tune in and you find something authentic to talk about, like their work, their skills, or their perspective on something. Keep the conversation flowing, but focus on them. Make them feel important. And if you ask what they do, don't just wait for your turn so that you could start talking about yourself. You've got to dig deeper. Something like, that sounds tough. How do you do it? Open-ended question. Or, I admire the people who can do X. I'm not sure that I could really handle that. What you're doing is being vulnerable, but you're asking for advice. This is an advanced level strategy in behavior. So here's the science. When people talk about themselves, the reward centers in their brain light up. The same parts activated by food, money, and yes, even sex. So let that sink in for a minute. And asking good questions gives real affirmation, and it's literally neurologically rewarding for the other person. Why? Guess what? They're talking about themselves when you ask the question. So let me share something. Most people actually resist this approach at first. Why? There's a little voice inside of their head, and yours as well, that says,
but I need to impress them. I need them to see my real value. I need to feel important.
I get it. I used to be that guy, and I used to think the same way. But what I didn't realize was this. Trying to be impressive is the quickest way to not be impressive, completely be forgotten. That's right, vanished. Think about it. When was the last time that you remembered somebody who only talked about themselves? Now picture the opposite. The one person in the room who made you feel important, you felt important, seen, respected. Who do you remember more? So here's the drama. So many people sabotage their first impressions because they're just too afraid to let the spotlight shine on someone else. What's the paradox? If you want to be magnetic, you have to be generous. If you want to be memorable, well, then make others feel unforgettable. Let me show you how I started using this because, like you, I wasn't always a natural at this, right? It's a learned skill. And early in my career, I was always the guy trying to prove that I belonged. I talked too much, I felt awkward with silence, and I assumed that I needed to impress others by talking about me continuously. But after working as a corporate detective for 2 Fortune 500 companies with specialized training in interrogation, behavior, NLP, body language, the light bulb went off. You learn more by observing than being observed. And in everyday life, how can I connect with someone if I'm having a one-sided conversation with them and I'm the one doing all the talking? They knew everything about me. I knew nothing about them. So I went to a networking event shortly after, and instead of listing my achievements, letting the ego talk on autopilot and doing what I had always done, I asked the questions. I let them talk. I replied with recapping their details, showing understanding, and then asked more questions as a follow-up. I made them feel important, right? And an instant connection happened. The conversations went deeper. And by the way, that person introduced me to other key people, one of them becoming extremely influential in my life. Never would have happened if I never would have changed the pace up. So every single time that I've used this approach since, what happened? Well, the results have been powerful. Doors open, people remember you, and ultimately they want to help you. It's not luck, it's literally behavioral psychology. Now here's why this matters more than ever. We live in a world where attention spans are shorter than they've ever been, and first impressions are literally everything. They say don't judge a book by its cover. Well, guess what? You're getting judged by your cover every single day, whether you know it or not. So you blow that first 30 seconds, and guess what? You may never have a second chance. Imagine what that could do for your life. So here's the secret pro tip, right? The best connectors don't just compliment. They listen and they follow up. You got to ask, what's the biggest lesson you've learned in your role? Or what is one thing you wish more people understood about your work? Things like that. You're showing interest in the other person. Now, you may not ask those questions to every single person, but that shows you the context that you want to ask questions about them that dive deep, that are not just surface level. Okay, so follow-up questions show that you care and ultimately create conversations that people don't forget. You're building deeper connection and you're having a conversation, not a one-sided direction. So check this. Studies prove people who ask genuine follow-up questions are rated as more likable, more competent, and more trustworthy than those who don't. So here's my challenge for you. It's simple. The next time you meet someone at work, at a party, wherever you're going to be at, forget about yourself for the 30 seconds that you meet them, maybe even a minute. Make them the hero of your conversation. Find real, specific compliments or encourage them, right? Give them some encouragement. Ask a genuine question and then shut up and listen. Let them talk. I promise, if you do, you'll be amazed at how quickly people remember you, trust you, and want to be around you. It'll be magnetic and it'll be infectious. That's how good it will be. Because the truth is this, those who add value and just add to others in general, they draw people in. And those who subtract, well, you're going to push people away. You keep talking all your talk and you don't let them talk, they're going to go bye-bye and you're going to be forgotten. So your first 30 seconds, you want to add value. Use it. And you'll never have to worry about making a great first impression again. You just got the hacks to make the system work. So now that you got the tools for this, you know exactly how to frame conversations and what to do to get the best results, bam, right out of the get-go. Comment below and let me know how it's worked for you. I seriously want to hear it because this is a secret trick that most people wish they knew, and now you know it because you've watched this video. So implement it, use it, and get better from it. You watch the people that come into your life and have the better connections that everybody else wishes they had.